Social media was designed probably more than anything else that's existed in human history pretty much for picking up girls. That's not its explicit intention, that's not why they made it, but it's so perfect for that purpose. Here's why. The ideal game, whether it be live, text, whatever, the ideal game, what should it look like? It's you conveying your personality to the girl without trying to, by accident, right? Now, every time you send a text, you sent that on purpose. But if you post something on your social media and she happens to see it, she saw it by accident. So anything cool that you put on your social media is a complete accident, it's pure value, and the girls fucking love it. They eat that shit up. It hits their blueprint for how they fall in love with a guy. Here's how girls traditionally in a tribe fall in love with a guy. Because that's how we evolved, right? Is they see the attractive guy with high status in the tribe, they see everyone responding well to him, and from a distance, they develop a crush on him, and then they try and get noticed by him, they try and get attention, and then they go have sex, right? Social media allows you to actually simulate that if you do it right. So social media is one of the most powerful tools you have for getting girls in your life and getting them out on dates. But you have to do it right, okay? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what social media I use and I think is good, and how to use and utilize it in the best way. And I'll say, going in, I inherently as a human being am so anti-social media in so many ways, but it's so useful, especially for picking up girls. You need to get on it at least to a decent degree. In particular, Snapchat is fucking amazing, and it's tied directly to your phone number. So any girl that like is on Snapchat and you have her phone number, you have her Snapchat as well. Also, Instagram and Facebook can be very, very well used. And I know certain people who use it so well, it's essentially their entire dating life, and they're dating some of the hottest, most in-demand girls you'd ever meet. All right, so we're gonna get into how to use the various media and what types of posts you wanna do over the next couple of videos. As social media goes, Snapchat is insanely powerful. I also love it because A, it's tied directly to the phone number. So if you have a girl's phone number, you have her Snapchat as well, you can add her. And then you're obliquely conveying value without even trying. If you find out that she like follows your Snapchat story, instead of like doing the like value pump texts, you can just take that same exact picture, put it on Snapchat, and you're conveying the same thing to her without even trying. And then you can see if she's looking at it. When you see that girls are looking at your stuff over and over again, well then you know that they're down, you know that they've popped, you know they can be very receptive. Also, if they're responding to a lot of things and looking at a lot of snaps, that means they're on Snapchat, so texting them through Snapchat is very likely to get a response as well. And girls will do a lot more in Snapchat than they would in a context where things are safe. For whatever reason, they feel more free and it's more fun and more just like silly, fun, social to text on Snapchat than to text via phone. So girls will be more liberal and actually respond with a higher response rate via Snapchat. So I love that. The other thing I love about Snapchat is, as someone who I don't particularly like love social media for its own sake, and so for me, I don't tend to build up these massive like social, aside from YouTube, you may know, but like in terms of like photography, social media, I'm not a big photographer. So I don't build up these massive channels very easily in terms of that. But the thing about Snapchat is she's following you. It doesn't really matter how many other people are following you. You can decide today to go out and like go do a good day of snapping and convey a good life, and you did just as good a job as the most amazing Snapchat in the world would have done with the same amount of effort and same pictures, okay? So there's no history there, so you can decide any day to be amazing, right? You can just step it up right then and right there. Facebook and Instagram, also amazing, possibly even more amazing as a long-term tool, because you do build up that history. You do build up that Facebook page with a bunch of people liking it and social proofing you and making you look great. Or you build up the Instagram and everybody's like, you know, sharing your photos, liking your photos, that kind of stuff. It makes you look truly amazing. Also, Instagram, as of a few days before this filming, just implemented a Snapchat-like feature where you apparently can upload your snaps to it. So that's amazing as well. That's another great thing that you can do to kind of like cross-platform merge it and get a lot of great content for Instagram. The thing that's great about Facebook and Instagram, and the guys that do it really well, think of it as like poor people. They go out and like feed themselves day by day. They live paycheck to paycheck. Rich people, they build an asset that feeds them for life. And if you have a great Facebook page with tons and tons of engagement, or a great Instagram with tons and tons of engagement, and the girls are seeing that, then that can be massive. And to be fair, a lot more hot girls these days are probably on and active on Instagram than even on Facebook. So I would even shade it that way. But those are great social media platforms as well. Definitely use them. You're an idiot if you're not using them. So what is a good post for social media? Well, think to yourself, what life and lifestyle do I want to convey to the girl? It's very similar when we talk about when the girl goes silent and you're doing these value offering texts, right? Just sending it out, pumping value into the void. You're pumping value into the void of cyberspace, except in this case, it's not a total void because a lot of the people you're sending it to are actually engaging with it as well. So that can be very positive. But you're going to pump it out there. So what are you thinking? Fun, funny, doesn't require a response of any kind, that kind of a thing, and conveying a good lifestyle, conveying attractive qualities, conveying that you have a cool life that the girl would want to be in on, conveying that you have cool friends, conveying that you're traveling, doing cool things, right? Conveying that you have a sense of humor. It doesn't necessarily have to be that everything's impressive. Sometimes you take a picture of some quirky little funny thing that you saw, and that can be great. And then if you get to the point, and you should get to this point eventually, where you're conveying so many cool things, every now and again you want to throw in something nice and personal. Like turn the camera on yourself and do like a little speech, a little soliloquy, a little your take on things. Or maybe take a picture with your family or your grandparents or something like that. Show that you're a real human being so they can connect with you. So it's that combination of value plus comfort. But if in doubt, err on the side of value. And the whole point of social media, the reason it's good, is that the value looks unintentional. So try not to make it look try hard. Don't be like, hey, check me out in front of a Ferrari. Instead, be like, hey, check me out with my cool friends, and then just shoot the picture in front of a Ferrari and don't mention the Ferrari, right? Make sure that the picture or whatever you're conveying is like cool and fun and interesting beyond the bragging part. You can brag as long as you're not bragging. Let the picture do the bragging for you. Don't you do the bragging, and don't make the whole picture just about the braggy social proof element, okay? So keep it fun, keep it personal, and be sure to throw in, along with all like the social proof, I'm so amazing stuff, throw in some personal stuff and let the girl feel like she really connects with you as well.